This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello there. John Zolberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. And this episode is being brought to you by The Butcher Shop, purveyors of highly sought-after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wylara 9+ briskets, and as always, handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for the past 15 years. Every week, they're shipping out competition-quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use The Butcher Shop win, and they win often. So you're not a competitor, but you still have an eye for the finer cuts? Great news. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the cul-de-sac. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock, and again, always handpicked just for you. Now you might be saying, John, all this sounds great, but what about some exotic stuff? Well, rest easy knowing the Butcher Shop will get you your next elk steak or camel roast. They're going to handpick it, ship it out promptly. Yes, they can even get you ostrich. So let's review. The best competition briskets, check. The best pork selection, check. Giving you a better overall option to cook at home, check. So give the Butcher Shop a call today. 850-458-8782. 850-458-8782. Be sure that you mention the BBQ Central Show for 10% off your entire order each and every time. You can also find them on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Remember, shop is spelled SHOPPE. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australia non-crossbred Wylara briskets. And what's going on in today's show? From July the 10th, 2010, Greg's going to check out the boys from Hot Grill on Grill Action. Let's go.
Hey, welcome back to After Dark. So happy you've decided to stick around. Logan Hendrickson and Ryan Amos. We'll figure that out here when they call in. Hot Grill on Grill Action, going to be talking about their time on Season 2 of BBQ Pitmasters. Maybe you didn't know that on the 12th of August at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TLC, Season 2 of BBQ Pitmasters comes back to make its triumphant return. New format. We've talked about it, perhaps some would think ad nauseum. But you can never talk about it too much, especially when it's actually not on the air yet. So lots of build-up, and then, of course, we'll have lots of interviews coming here over the next many weeks as people have shown up on the show, and we'll get their recounting of how everything went down and what they thought of the new judging format. I think it's especially interesting to get some of the perspective in regards to, for the people that were applying for the show, and this is a question I'm going to ask Logan and Ryan here in just a few minutes. When the initial call went out that Season 2 was going to be, or was given the green light, and that John Marcus was looking for teams to go out and make a video proposal of why they should be on the team, at that point, when that went out, there was no talk at that point of the format change that was happening. So, did teams make this video card of themselves, this demo, the sizzle reel, and think that they were going to be on the same type of show that Season 1 was? And at what point did Season 2's new format get introduced to them? And what were the feelings about that? I would imagine that there were some people... Look, some people want to get on television regardless. I mean, they don't give a rat's ass. Their job in life, their mission in life, is to be on television, regardless, at any stakes. So, I wonder what that's all about. If people were, at any point, if people thought, well, everything has changed now. It's not what it was. It's this new thing, and I might step away from that. Maybe I would concede my spot. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to get Logan and Ryan's take on that, because I do have that in the question queue for them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and race over to the hotline. We're going to be joined by two teammates of a team that makes it on the debut session of BBQ Pitmasters. It's Logan Hendrickson and Ryan Amos. Hot grill on grill action, baby. Yeah. BBQRevolution.com is the website. Guys, thanks for coming on tonight. How are you?
Pretty good, Greg. How are you?
I'm not
doing good.
I'm not doing bad at all. Ryan, I have to ask you right at the top because I didn't ask Logan to phonetically spell it out. Is it Amos or Amos?
It's Amos as in Ryan Angus.
Gotcha. All right. So Ryan Amos, Logan Hendrickson, hot grill on grill action, and they're going to be on season 2 of BBQ Pitmasters Thursday, airing at 10 o'clock on TLC. So Ryan, I'll go ahead and start with you, and then we'll have Logan jump in. How did you actually, and it doesn't have to be the competition side yet, but how did you get involved in barbecue in general?
Well, actually, Greg, my father has been cooking on the competition circuit for 13 years. And actually, my brother and another teammate of theirs, Jeff Thompson, they've all been cooking together for, I'd have to say, 15 of those years, or 15 years now, and 13 of those years they've been competing. Really, it all kind of started when I left town to pursue a career in construction management, and I basically had to move away from the barbecue cooking that I was used to. So instead of, effortlessly, or instead of repeatedly trying to find a good barbecue restaurant to eat at, I just started cooking myself, and with the help of my dad and my brother, came up with my own recipes, and that's how we got started.
Do you want to give Dad and your brothers a special mention for their team name on the show?
That would be Omaha's Blowin' Smoke.
Omaha's Blowin' Smoke. Karma, baby. And how about you, Logan? How'd you get into this thing?
Well, Greg, about 5 years ago when two of our teammates, Matt and Ryan, formed the team, I kind of palled around with them when they'd have their little contest, and they'd have their little Friday night parties, and would always invite all their friends out. So I would go out there with probably 30 or 40 other people, and they always threw a great time. And eventually I just started kind of helping out with little tasks here and there. To the point where I actually saw this as something that was incredibly fun to do, challenging, and had even started kind of talking about forming my own team with a couple other people, and that's kind of at the same point in time that Matt Framption, who's also on our team, and Ryan were talking about picking up a couple members, so he asked me and another gentleman named Chris Yelich to join the team, and it was an instant yes from us. And that was about 3 years ago, and been cooking with them ever since.
All right, so that was 3 years. Ryan, were you competing prior to that, or were you just looking to form a team, and it just happened to be all kismet and karma between you and the other two guys?
Well, actually, we were competing for 2 years before that, just Matt Frampton and I, and really, we really needed some more folks to help out. It's not as easy as everybody thinks. Just cooking, 4 categories doesn't sound like a whole lot, but we certainly needed their help. And we couldn't think of anybody else that we would rather have on the team besides Logan and Chris.
It's funny, Ryan, because I hear from a lot of the pitmasters that I talk to, it's either themselves and a significant other, or there's a team of like 4 or 5 or 6 other people to kind of have their own stations, almost like a military operation. Do you find that it actually works better to have more than less?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We've got a specialist for each category. And since we've been running the team that way, and I say we, they say Pitmaster Ryan Amos, really there's 4 of us. That's the way I like to see it. And as a unified front, all 4 of us have been bringing a much better product to the table versus just Matt and myself.
All right, Logan, so let's be honest here, and don't lie like I know you want to. When somebody who has been determined as, the rib specialist, the brisket specialist, if they're dragging behind and they're the low man on the totem pole for weeks on end, what kind of a lashing and an ass whooping are they taking by the other teammates and specialists?
I don't mind telling you, I had no idea that the team Hot Grill on Grill action was on Pitmasters season 2. I didn't know, because I've never seen an episode of Pitmasters. You may know, I'm saving it. I'm saving that, probably The Walking Dead, Barbecue Crawl, what else? Never mind. Hey, go check out the rest of this show over at the BBQCentralShow.com. If you don't already, subscribe to the BBQ Central Show via podcast. Just search The BBQ Central Show. It's going to pop right up for you. Never miss an episode of this show or the Really Big Show again. And until next time, on the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less, thank you so much for listening. I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.